Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are putting together a 4x4 mini album to document my daughter's summer vacation with her cousins this year. If you recall, last year I had put together her trip to Chicago with the same cousins. They went to Chicago, which is where one of my aunts live, and I made it into a traveler's notebook insert of all of the pictures that my mother-in-law sent me and kind of documented it while she was there, and then also a little bit when she got back. So my mother-in-law was really good at taking pictures and sending them to me, and she was also really good at keeping some of her, ticket stubs and the flight tickets and receipts and just things like that in order for me to include it into the album itself. So this year though, instead of going to, because my other aunt lives in Texas, so Texas will be next year. They all flew to Florida this year. So I decided to do a 4x4 instead of the traveler's notebooks, just to change it up. I've had this one in my stash. This is one from We Are Memory Keepers. It's most likely a find that I had when Tuesday morning was around. I miss Tuesday mornings so much. So we'll be using this fun, colorful, summery vibe album. Then for my collection, I recently picked up Simple Stories Sunkissed on Peachy Cheap. So it came with the 6x8 paper pad. I just thought the colors and all the icons were something I definitely could use in my album. They were summer, obviously inspired, but not too cutesy that I thought it was going to be great. This one is the page pieces. So you have these elements down here. It came with the bits and pieces. I just love the colors, and I love that the fun titles, and the floaties and barbecuing, because that is everything that they did while they were on vacation together. And then the journaling bits, and then it came with the chipboard stickers as well, which are all falling off the sticker sheet itself. So this is the collection, this is the album. And then for the photos, I bit the bullet now, and I now subscribe to the Persnickety box. If you're unaware, Persnickety.com is a website where you can get archival based prints. They do a variety of all the sizes that we typically see, but they do larger posters. They have gifts, photo gifts, so anything for your photographs to be printed, document. They do photo books. I have ordered plenty in the past, but they offer a subscription box, which is $19.99 a month. You get 30 4x4 prints, and they do come in this really nice, actually probably a storage box, which you can simply write what the pictures are and just keep them as so. But for me, with my 4x4 prints, I definitely want to use them into this album. I did a variety of just full prints, and then I also took the time and did some collages as well. So these are mostly all the pictures that my mother-in-law sent me of the kids, just doing all the fun things. We did go down for July 4th and have a barbecue, so we saw her like midway through her trip, or not trip, but her vacation with her cousins, and it was just the four of them, 24/7, sleeping late, movies, pool time, and trips that they took them to the zoo and the movies, ice cream. So definitely fun, and I have all my pictures ready to go. So I'm excited to have it, and I will leave the link for it down below. It is an affiliate link if you decide to also subscribe to the Persnickety box. Their photo qualities are this like satin finish, so it's not quite matte, but it's not really glossy. They can get wet. God forbid you ever have a flood in your house. They do not warp. That's what makes them archival. And like I said, I just haven't switched over completely. I mean, obviously now that I have the subscription, I just don't have page protectors that would hold this, or this would totally just be my Project Life printing too. My only problem is that at least, I do Ali Edwards Project Life subscription and Studio Calico, and they still stay in the configuration of 4x6 and 3x4 cards. So it would be hard for me to switch over, but I have the subscription in order to maybe always document like my favorite photo of the months, whenever I reload the box for another 30 prints. Because similarly, that's what these extra ones were. They were sitting in my box, which aren't on my phone anymore, that I just left there because I was trying to subscribe back then. So the rest of the prints I did here. So I'm going to take you along. We're going to put this together. Some things will be outside the page protectors. Some of them will be in. It does come with 10 to get you started. It has 3 with the 2x2 collages, and then 7 with the full 4x4. But I'll do plenty of stuff outside the page protector as well. I will show you as much of the process as I possibly can, and then also do probably my journaling on the clear sticker paper and have it in areas amongst either the photos or the little scrapbooking pages elements that I have. Because I do have, minus those 3, that means there's 27 prints to put in here. So I'm hoping I get them all in. But let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. I think always when you're doing a project like this, it's good to, I've already gone through the photos since I've already printed them, but going in and making sure you have them in some sort of order that makes sense to you. So I knew that I kind of based everything before July 4th because we got to see her on July 4th, and then the trips they took after the July 4th before I picked her up, and it culminated with a family photo shoot on the beach, so I knew that those would go towards the end. In this 4x4, it does come with, I believe, 10 pocket pages, and I do believe half of them were full page, so 4x4, and then the other half were like 2x2s. So all I did was use it to get outside of the page protector pages there. You could have done even more interaction than what I initially did. This is kind of my first run through at a 4x4 and trying to do it as a mini album for a summer, roundup. Because you could have added flips and flaps, and I did add some flips and pullouts and stuff. But I kept my pages, if they were outside the page protector, for the most part, quite simple. Meaning that at least I always had a journaling spot and or a embellishment cluster is how I kind of made my formula kind of look. When I was doing some of the Project Life cut apart pages, those were super fun, and when they had fun sayings, I wanted to incorporate them just as they were a 3x4 card, because I think the page variety in size also adds interest to your album when you're flipping through it. So I also remember to do that a couple of times as well. I did remember to print off my photos in some of these 2x2s, so that helped to give variation once again in picture size. I didn't do any that were like 4x2, kind of a long landscape ones, but it was in hindsight for another project maybe to do. So as I'm thumbing through the embellishments, I really loved this large summer, and I love the font in this collection. So what I thought to do for this one too was make it over a 2-page spread because it didn't fit as 4 inches for just one side. So I knew it had to go across 2 journaling cards, and that's what I did. That was a very cute idea. And then along the top, I took some of those 2x2 photos and placed them along the top. That way it told the story of going to the splash pad was the story I told in that one. And they just did a lot of outdoor activities, clearly because it was summer and she was with her cousins the whole time. So definitely thankful for those photos. And like I said, some of them that I just marketed because I knew we were going to get to see her on July 4th, kind of as a little in-between rest. This vacation overall, just, some personal things about it, has been the longest one Valentina's ever taken away from us. So we also thought at any moment she might like lose her mind and we would have to go pick her up in Coral Springs. We live in West Palm Beach, about 45 minutes south of us. But she lasted the whole time because she had to understand, like, if she came home, we were still working, she would have to go to summer camp, or she stays at grandma and grandpa's house with all your cousins and you have fun every day and you sleep in and you have slumber parties. And that's a way better choice to pick, Valentina, than, coming home with mommy and daddy. Even though you miss us, we miss you, we kiss, kiss, hug, hug. But, mommy and daddy are still, we work. So you would have to go to summer camp. So if you come home, it's not all pool days and fun stuff, So she understood. So she definitely lasted. It was, I believe, total, it was either 16 or 18 days. It's one of the two. And she did great, and they did a lot of stuff. And the only bad thing was too, and I think you'll see a page as I do it, July 4th-ish, that the grandmas had all gotten COVID, unfortunately. And thankfully, none of the kids got COVID that whole time. They never became symptomatic. They never tested positive. So they just did a lot of outdoor things.
So once I had a majority of my book in order, I definitely took the time to just do my journaling on the computer to make them fit on different journaling tags. I do have a little bit of penmanship in there, but most of it is typed up on areas that I knew I could measure and make a text box on my computer, and then therefore make the journaling be on the clear sticker paper and able to be in the book. I also wanted a good portion of my album to include as much of this kit as possible. I did make mention that I purchased this kit, the Sunkiss collection from Simple Stories, on Peachy Cheap. Peachy Cheap is a wonderful site. Once in a while, check them out. And so I got like the 6x8, the embellishment pack, the chipboard, and the journaling ephemera pack, I believe. And did I also get enamel dots? I think it also came with the enamel dots. And I used like 90% of this collection. I still have papers. Papers to me are fine, but I definitely use all the embellishments for this album, and I'm super proud of doing that. So here I am, as you can see, just finishing up these areas where I wanted the journaling hidden, because I kept them under either journaling cards and or big titled piece of ephemera that seemed to be like the last little bits always when I was towards the end. For the July 4th pages, I did have a collection from Park Lane, which is just the Joann's store brand. They had a paper pad that I think I picked up when it was, I don't even know, like clearanced out, almost like $7. I think I got this 12 by 12 paper pad. And it's completely all red, white, and blue with some cut apart pages. So I definitely have some of these elements shine through for the 4th of July barbecue that we had. And it was nice to see her that day. Like I said, it was kind of like mid trip or mid vacay. And so she got to hang out with us. I brought her some goodies. I had a lot of props to take photos, like all like the little light up glasses and the boas and the red, white, and blue fairy wings. So it was a good old day, and then I spent the day with her like in the pool, and she was showing me all her new jumping tricks and all her swimming abilities, and she's swimming in the deep end. So it was a fun afternoon to kind of see and check in with her, and then keep on going from there. Oh, so there's the story with COVID sucks. I just definitely wanted to make a nod to it, just because, we're still living with COVID in our lives. And I think even looking back on this album 10 years from now, we'll see if COVID still is around us. So things like that are great to keep in there. I also put in like the playlist. They listen to their music. This is the summer now where she knows all about Selena. She learned a few Michael Jackson songs. She knows Alicia Keys' Girl on Fire, and she came back also singing Adele songs as well, and a few other Spanish songs. It's hilarious because I come home, and these days too, the songs that like calm her down when she's frustrated, she says she always wants to listen to Selena. So it's great. The exposure she got with being with her cousins and what they like, let her know what she wants to like too. So it's on repeat now. So this album is just so precious, so colorful, and I'm so glad I finally completed it now.
Okay, I have just finished this summer album. I have not done the book plate, but everything else is good to go. I love all the pom-pom trim coming in from the side. It's oh so cute and oh so festive. And I did ribbon trim on a few of the pages, as you will see. So let's flip through it and show you what I did. Let me zoom in as much as I can for you. Okay, so we have the title page of Summer Fun from that collection, and I pretty much used it in its entirety. All I have left is these little bits, and then just a few of the paper scraps and a few of the little journaling areas. So I'm really proud at using the entire kit. Then I have here, the journaling is on the clear sticker paper, but you saw me apply most of that. I try to do little clusters on each photo, and if I could have added some ribbon trim somehow, I usually did to embellish at least the pictures in the sleeves. Here was some more ribbon. The orange rickrack is oh so cute on this little like cutout. You saw me make that page, just die cutting that in half and making it into 2 pages. The flip, here's that cluster on the page protector, and my journaling once again on that clear sticker paper. And I definitely think I used all of the chipboard pieces except for this little umbrella. So the chipboard is all, oh no, and this one is chipboard. So a little bag and the little umbrella, everything else has been used. a 3x4 journaling card, and then this tag was made by using this little journaling bit on this side, and all I did was add a little tiny word phrase sticker there. They're little pool pictures. I had so many pool pictures. Here's another journaling card, my cluster, and then I added a piece of the striped paper on the top there. A little cluster again. Here's a journaling bit, and then a few of them down the side. Little ice cream photos. So cute. A little embellishment. Like I did, I said, I just definitely try to use all the little bits to fill it in. Here's them eating pizza all the way around, and then learning to play Uno that same day. Another cluster. I just had to use that rainbow. So glad I did. I told a story about how all three of the grandmas had gotten COVID though, but luckily none of the kids got it, so that's always a good thing. We had July 4th together, which landed on a Tuesday. So the paper I used was from a Park Lane collection from Joann's, I believe. Yeah. And I cut out the little embellishments too from that paper pad just to have something that was more 4th of July. Even this one was cut out. And then this is cut out, and these two are icons from the kit. Then this one was a fun one. I just threw on this bow. This is from Christmas time. Just had it in my stash, but because it was the colors red and white, it worked perfectly. And then I used that last big sentiment. The only other one I have that's big is this little one that says hello sunshine, and then this one that says vibes, but I could probably use these on something else later on in my scrapbooking. Another cutout piece from the Joann's paper pad. These were from the collection. A flip up with some journaling. Nice little cluster here that I was able to put together with a few pieces. Label sticker and the flamingo. Again, a cluster, a cluster. There was a theme. Like I said, I was trying to use it all. I'm very impressed. I put a little die cut on the back there and the little last of the phrase, the tiny word stickers. Then we have this nice cluster. It's so bright and colorful. That's what I love the most too. Then the little crab, they went to a water park. And then the last day of the photo shoot with the pom-pom. I did have light blue pom-pom trim, which matched all of them, which was so fun. And then the last one with her grandma. And then I did this nice cluster on the back cover. And then talking about the photo shoot itself. So glad I got this done. I'm so glad that I'm hoping that they make it like an annual tradition. If the grandmas can always do it for their grandbabies every year, that would be so nice for them to grow up together like that when they live 3 different states. One of the cousins lives in Texas all the time, and the other 2 live in California. So when they all get together on the summer, I hope they always treasure it. And if they forget, I have my albums for them to reminisce with. Thank you so much for joining. To anyone new here, please subscribe. To all of my fellow subscribers, hello, hello. Thank you for being here. Give this video a thumbs up, and until next time, bye.